is up? Crypto Cookie, what's up, Hyena? How's it going? It started about 3 minutes here. Talk about what's going on right now. Nancy Pelosi. About a minute and 50 seconds, guys. Let me post on Twitter. 1 minute. Oh wow, Crypto Jeb is taking some time off. Let's see what's going on. Focus on my phone. Huh. He's just taking some time off. I mean, he'll probably come back. I haven't watched his channel lately. He's in Florida, though, I know that. Wish him the best. Hope he recovers from whatever health issue he's having. That sucks. Oh, he's got COVID. Oh, I didn't know he was married. Oh, wow. Yeah, he got dealt a bad hand lately. That sucks. I'm sure he'll be back, though. He'll get through it. Let's see. What's up, Jay Sherlock? Thanks for the positive comments. Alright, guys. Let's get started here. What is up, guys? Evanaldo here. Hopefully I don't look too dark right now with the lighting or whatever, but let's turn down the volume a little bit on this background noise, doing a different frequency. Smash the like button, guys. Let's get right into it here. Let's do a little bit of TA. Start with some TA right now. So what we want to look at, on both Bitcoin and Ethereum is, we want to start with, in this type of approach, our 16-day, and that's printing, a green dot, and that would, for both Bitcoin and Ethereum, that would probably indicate that we have already bottomed out. And there is a possibility of that. I'm not necessarily buying it, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about why. I think it could be more like over here. It didn't appear this time, and then it just went back down. Here it appeared a couple times, I believe twice, and then we're just rolled over. So we could be in for some choppy times before we roll over to the bottom. Other thing to keep in mind is this was a January bottom. This was a December bottom. So both of them were, towards the end of the year, early in a different year, early the next year. So we got to keep that in mind as well. So that could easily go away. I think the moment of truth is really going to tell us in 11 days, what's going to happen here, and I think it's probably going to dump down, enough to repeat something like that where it doesn't confirm. Now, if it does confirm, I do think there's more of a high likelihood we have already bottomed out. 17K was the bottom, which is possible. I mean, if you do look at these cycles, up, down, up a lot, down, up a lot, down. That could be kind of the bottom if you look at this logarithmic scale, how it is. I mean, well, we can't. Let's see in the 2 week here. You know what I mean? Like up a lot, down, up a lot, down, up a lot. It could be. I'm not necessarily buying it. We do have if we're in a recession, you know, other things, you know, are happening. Everyone's still talking about crypto too. I feel like socially, you know, socially people still care about altcoins, still care about these things, which isn't the most bullish sign. And moving on to your weekly, what could easily happen here? What I think may happen, something like this. You see right here to our bottom. Now, if this green dot kind of, you know, it could take some time too. It could be like, it could be like any of this red dot or that red dot. Could be more like this one where you go sideways for a little bit, then you finally fall down. This was a sideways period for a while. Let's see, you know, from this red dot here, or even, even this red dot, you were pretty sideways for September 10th to 2 months of just sideways. And that is crazy how, and if you look here, I mean, you kind of had it here a little bit in here, but it's not that often that you're that sideways, you know what I mean? Especially over here for this month area. That's weird. That's very boring. Your 3-day, I would say, would probably give you a little bit more of the bullish case because RSIs are still close together and are coming up. Your VWAP's been below the zero line, above the zero line, excuse me, for a while though. Money flow coming up, neutral to maybe a tiny bit more bullish. This is where it starts to get more bearish. Your RSIs are splitting apart. VWAP coming down. That's where I would say it's more bearish. That could be a catalyst to bring us, you know, down quite a bit, kind of like this or something. Moving on to your daily. Very split RSIs curving down. Bearish div going to confirm in 4 hours. I think it will confirm unless something crazy happens. So yeah, and I'm in, you know, a few trades on a BITGET right now to show you them. Forgot to show you them from before. 250 in profit, 65 in profit on this ETH position. If you guys are interested in trading on BITGET, link in the description below. Also in the chat box. It takes about 20 seconds to sign up. And also, if you are new at this, there's simulated trading on BITGET as well. They give you a full Bitcoin to mess around with, a fake money to practice. I'd recommend you know, get. The system is a little bit different than like BITGET and Phoenix, so I'd recommend practice with it, get a feel for it before you can trade with real money. So what I'm looking at right now is basically, you know, try to get down to this area, and these, you know, the short positions I signaled out in the exclusive Discord as well. If you want to check that out, link in the description below. So that's what I'm looking at, you know, to get down to these areas. Also, if we look at some lower time frames here, I mean, money flow generally coming out, you know, bearish divs confirming, and you know, your money flow curving back into the red on the 3 hour here. And let's see, you know, when, you know, what type of, you know, let's just look at these type of general trajectories. So 6.5%. So if it's something like that, you've already hit it and you could be heading up. I don't think that's going to happen. But actually what I want to show you too is this 5 hour, because this money flow crossover. Now, if you map this one out, this one's just insane. That's down probably like what, 40% or something, just outrageous right here. Yeah, like 40%, outrageous. I mean, I'm not even gonna. That'd be crazy. Yeah, 14K. Could be possible if we do have that big, you know, capitulation, you know, downward that happens relatively soon in the next few months. It could happen. Now, what's more likely though is what I was talking about on Paul Barron a little bit earlier today, 27% or something. Really probably from there, 27% from here actually. I mean, it's not an exact science, it's just in a general area. That area, that's your 300 weekly moving average around there. Your hourly, or 2 hour, excuse me, back in the red. That would be a nice catalyst down to this area. And I do feel like it's getting to the point where a lot of people are starting to try to catch falling knives. People don't realize, you know, 16-day, that could go away. They don't realize that, you know, the 2 week that confirmed on ETH, look at the 2 week that confirmed on ETH. We'll talk about ETH as well. Look at right here. Bam, right back down. Bam, right back down. That's what could easily happen here. You just get a red dot right after it. Also, low time frames. You know, you're in terms of what's going to happen really soon. You are getting a lot of bullish divs on your 30-minute. You may, you know, you're hitting a little bit of support here or something. You may get a little bit more, be choppy for a little bit. I think you will probably hit 22 before you hit 24. And there's a lot of argument to make to retest this, you know, bottom around here. In terms of spiral lines, This one coincides pretty well with the 300 weekly moving average. It's probably right around 17K right now. So yeah. And really low time frames, these would probably look a little bit more bullish. Not even. Not even. It almost doesn't look like we're going to come up at all. Yeah, 1 minute seems like it was roll back around. ETH. 2-week confirmed. Right when it confirmed here. Catalyst to the bottom now. How long do we have to wait to get to the bottom according to this? November 5th to December 3rd. About a month. So not very long. So September 1st. And September is the big month I've been mapping this out with to see a bottom with. So in this correction here from, you know, that point, let's see what it was. I mean, this was a lot here, guys. 64%. So nothing, you know, we just came up 100%. So nothing. 64% wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. 600 versus, you know, 878. Not too much lower in terms of volatility here. If you do come to 600, you got some, a lot of confidence around this area, which I think could give you a nice bottom. And that's where the ETH merge, you know, that type of thing everybody's talking about could happen around that point and happen at the bottom. I mean, Vitalik and everybody, they probably kind of know. Yeah, they have an idea. They've been in the game for a while and what's going to happen here. So yeah, moving down, you know, to these lower time frames. It's already confirmed in regular candles, but on Heiken's, your bearish div confirms in about 4 hours here. Split RSI is curving down. The bright green one is still up a little bit, which probably gives you a little bit of hope, but I think it doesn't really mean much. I think we're more bearish overall. And your 5 hour just curving into the red right here, which is crazy. If you kind of map out like what happened here, this is up 65%. So if we do come down, you know, let's say we come down, it would probably be, let's do it from around here, 65%. I know this is like a crazy, this is the same number I was telling you about, 578. We do have a straight spiral line down here. Maybe that could be a bottom in, well, that's January already, but September or something, 500, maybe. You work down to there. Ethereum has been a very, very volatile coin lately. And by the way, guys, if you want to make any of these trades, never financial advice. If you're an experienced trader only, you can sign up to BITGET with my link in the description below. Check this out, and you could get a nice bonus. All this nice bonus, and there's also some good news on them. I mean, it is the primary exchange I'm using. 200 million Bitcoin USD protection fund. It's investor, so they are really trying to prepare on, you know, to not end up like Voyager, not end up like Celsius, which, you know, in these type of market conditions, you know, move all your funds around. What if one exchange goes down? You want to be prepared if that happens. Move everything around. What I'd recommend, and these are 2 trades open on BitGet right now. Trying to see how far I can get a $4,900 account I started with. Doing okay, not the best month, but you know, we're still up. I really like these trades right here. And, you know, just being patient and letting these nice funding fees really help me out a little bit. They go back and forth, though, but I feel like we're getting to the point where a lot of people are trying to catch falling knives here, and we'll just continue downward. And if you guys are into it, if you guys are into this, what I've been looking at lately, just un poquito, just a little bit. These new moons have been very bearish here, so. And the whatever this one's called, the new crescent moon or whatever, I don't know the names, the lunar cycle, but yeah, down, I feel like. That's the thing too with trading, like for you guys who are new, you know, you could lose a lot of trades. You know, you could be right only, you know, maybe 30 or 40% of the time, but the trades that are good winners, you could really ride a lot and make a lot of money, because my calls in the Discord, you know, they haven't been as good as I would have liked them to be this month, but I'm still ahead on this account by over 10% with that. And people would say, you know, you're only up 10%, ETH is up 100%, but the risk is a little bit less. You know, this is good risk management. This isn't like gambling around with it, just throwing darts at a wall, you know what I mean? Let's take a quick look at the chart. Luna Crescent, okay. What's up, another Google user? What's up, Brian? We're going up. We just forming another for our bottom. Maybe Aldino Vesquez. Senor Vasquez, maybe. Quizás, senor. Let's see. I mean, I think it happened. Short ETH in the front. Okay, nice. KMFA. Let's see here. Oh yeah, Matteo, I believe he's in Italy. I don't know if that's Italian. I don't know too. I forgot all the Italian I used to know. Guys, smash the like button. We got a good turnout today, 100 viewers. So yeah, let's take a look a little bit more. So what's happening at the moment? Is anything happening at the moment? We're just little yellow X. That's usually more of indicative, more dumpage here. So yeah, I mean we don't have much in between here and there. So in terms of like short term, you could easily, you know, come back up, test 23.5, I think, then head back down. But yeah, this is like one of those reverse head and shoulders. These, if they break upward, they're I don't do traditional TA. Who cares? But yeah, and we can look at. Let's take a look at the. Actually, I want to do start a new tab with that. Come on. So, you know, what's happening here is I feel like you're really testing this area right here, and you seem to be, you know, getting bearish divs in high time frames now while you're kind of rejecting off of it, or let's see what's happening, almost rejecting off of it. And it does seem like we're kind of getting to somewhat of a top here. You're getting a couple wicks up. I mean, it's kind of a matter, does it act as resistance or support? I think it's going to start acting as resistance, and we're going to start coming back down and lose this, you know, coming into tomorrow. So yeah, SPY probably looks very, very similar right now. You are pulling through kind of this area of, yeah, we're in post-market, pulling through that area. These do look a little bit better than, you know, SPY and NASDAQ do look quite a bit better than Bitcoin and ETH right now, in my opinion at least. But I do think, you know, some of these lower time frames, money flow coming out, I do think you're going to start to come back down here. And, you know, on the way down in a recession or whatever, I mean, look, you got money flow coming out. We're so overdue to go into the red here. So bear market rallies are real, but once they end quick. You could be, you know, at this point in September, October down here, 350. So yeah. And then my buddy Gold, it's been doing, you know, pretty well, you know, phenomenally well since I was, you know, getting into it around these areas in the middle here. Just up, up, up. So printing money with gold right now, I know it's only 5%, but these tend, you know, if you've seen my video on, you know, gold and silver, these tend to do very well in these type of, one, inflationary times, two, based on technicals compared to the S&P 500. And this is just, you know, mooning right now. This is silver. Next stop probably 15% or whatever. And as we get more news, you know, that we're in a recession, more and more people will probably gravitate to gold and silver. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yellow X's. You're eventually going to move around a little bit. So yeah. And ETH is just making new lows here. So I think we're going to get to the point where if we look at our ETH Bitcoin evaluation, I think ETH is really going to stop outperforming Bitcoin here and just come down quite a bit. And it's going to probably be something like this, I feel like. So, not financial advice, but if you're way ahead on ETH, I would suggest taking some profits. If you're really diehard crypto, move those profits into Bitcoin and wait for a better entry here. I mean, look at our weekly on this. I mean, could be something here, didn't really do too much, but look, you got money flow coming out and your money flow coming out and your, you know, yellow, your blue triangle right here. And this this was right before that, man. That was rough. Kind of if you map this out, you know, to find a kind of a bottom where we would be, you know, say it would be kind of like, to get to a bottom, I think it's going to be something like this probably with the ETH Bitcoin evaluation. It could go down to these levels, but I think you'll come back to kind of here maybe. I don't think it's going to, well, when you bottom out with everything, if it repeats that bottom out with everything, it's around there. Bottom out, just ETH bottoms out against Bitcoin, you know, almost a year later basically, so 10 months later. 6 months to a year later, where because a lot of the I don't know if I explained this the best way, but when things bottom out at the same time, like Bitcoin bottoms out at the same time as ETH historically, but Bitcoin outperformed it last time for a while, like from here to here, it still outperformed it until September. So yeah. And we are dumping right now for ETH. Bitcoin's holding up okay, which is just another reason that I think, you know, Bitcoin will start, you know, outperforming ETH. And if you map this out, kind of like September 2023 could be doable, you know, that area here. It depends when we bottom out. I think either you're gonna bottom out probably in September, or it's gonna get pretty ugly and you bottom out in December. Now, my view would be September. I think, especially if we come down, you know, Bitcoin's at 12K, 14K, ETH's at 600, maybe 300, maybe, you know, between 300, 700, that, you know, general area, very volatile, very hard to, you know, really say, but yeah. What's up, a cool? What's up, 10K? What's up, Billy Bob? Silver went up 2% last time. It took for it to be delivered in the mail. Some face melting gains in the metal market. Well, if you paid for it, then yeah. Oh, do you mean to sell? Yeah. I'm just in ETFs on that. I know some of you guys like physical, but yeah, I travel too much. Where am I gonna? Do I honestly believe it's possible for Bitcoin to hit 12K? Yes. I mean, anything can happen. I don't think it's very likely that it would go under 10K or under 12K, but I do think the likelihood of hitting 12K is pretty high. In what time frame? Within, you know, by the end of the year. Higher lows and higher highs on Bitcoin. You know, that's for the short term. Yeah, it's, you know, you have a trend reversal a little bit until things move over. I don't trade based on that as much, Jose. That's more traditional TA, but yeah, that's what people say. I mean, that's kind of the same argument as saying you need to yeah, I mean, Billy Bob, what do you think's going to happen? Counterparty risk, GLD, you're not going to be able to, or SLV, you're not going to be able to salvage. Yeah, I mean, that's the same argument as like just our hardware wallets. We can look at a few of the altcoins. Weird. No, we're not really dumb. It's just the same right now, but yeah. I haven't looked at Algo in a long time. Why does... Yeah, I mean, it's kind of... Yeah, this wasn't around last bull market, but you come over here, you print a, you know, red dot here. It's another drop off, probably like this, sadly. You know, another 70 from wherever the high was here, I would say. And that's where, yeah, 10 cents or something. I know people would say, well, this is the pandemic lows. I don't know if you'd go that low, but you could get close. I mean, 20 cents. Bullish case, though, would be saying, you know, it trends up with time. You're already down, you know, so much. But let's, I mean, down 88% right now, down 90% total. I mean, Cardano went down 98% last cycle, so it wouldn't surprise me if this, you know, what would 98% be? You know, 95 to 98. 98's, wow, that's so low. 5 cents. I don't know if you're going that low, but yeah. 97. A lot of this is possible, and that's the point where nobody's talking about alts. Everybody's done with alts. But yeah. This guy right here, Matic, I mean, for a lot of these, I feel like it's going to be a repeat of, like, down 88%. I don't know about that, but well, that would only bring us down to 11 cents. You get that point. 97, nah, it's not going that low, I don't think. It could go down to like 80 from the 20 cents or something, a little lower than this point. Things could get really ugly really quickly, I kind of feel like, for a lot of these. So yeah. Filecoin, this was up a decent amount. Like an all-time low here. Let's see what that, because if you were buying this at like, and I remember I traded this at 4, yeah, if you got, whew. I mean, let's say you got in here. Now you're down 93 instead of 96. Oh man, down 98. That's crypto. Well, yeah, it did have a big market cap at the heyday. I mean, it's still a $2 billion market cap right now or something. Probably was 1 billion at the bottom there, because that's like, yeah, I believe, I don't know the market cap number off the top of my head. How's Richard Hart doing here? 2 cents. I mean, I think that's my view on this. I mean, if you repeat kind of, well, not that correction, I don't think you'd repeat that, but I think this is 85 or something from, that's probably where you could end up, and that's where everybody's, all the psychology charts would say you're, over with that, because it's the denial phase, anxiety, depression, all that. If it's an elongated bear market, you say it follows the SPY, it's a 2 year, it takes 2 years for the SPY to come out. This is like worst case scenario. 2 years for a SPY to bottom out, it bottoms out with that. That's probably end of 2023 where you bottom out. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I think it could be over a lot quicker than that, but we have to, talk about different possibilities here. In terms of psychology charts, it would probably be either ascent or like down here. Probably ascent, or one of these two would be your bottom, something like that, around these areas. I don't know how many of you are into Hex. Eric Known was saying, you mean Eric Crown? I forget who that is. What about Ethereum Classic? So Ethereum Classic, I believe, has no utility, no reason to invest in, and inevitably probably will go to zero. However, yeah, it's almost like looking like this same like trajectory here, because look, down 75. A lot of these will probably, 75 would actually be not too bad for this. $7 or something. It looks like the trajectory on this is clearly changing. I mean, just in terms of, oh, this looks bad, especially if 5 hour, yeah, just going right into the red right there. Yeah, 4 hour too. I mean, it could easily, that crossover could easily bring you all the way back down to where you were. And we could look at too, like say I'll just tell you the situation my friend was in, where he bought this, I don't know where he bought it, but he was down a ton with it and just held on to it. Now I believe he still has it. I don't know if he sold it though. Let's look at ETH Classic Bitcoin. ETH Classic Bitcoin. Wow, that actually looks kind of good on the 3-day, but weekly, it just keeps bleeding against it all the way from 17. I mean, it does seem likely one of these blue triangles will just bring it back down. Split RSIs on that weekly. Daily, yeah, you're in the green there, so. But this will probably, as market structure changes, not outperform Bitcoin. And we've come up a little bit since, we've come up a tiny bit since I looked at ETH Classic. Yeah, those bullish divs on the 15-minute, they eventually give you something. They eventually give you a little bit. The stream is down. I think it's okay. It looks all right. Yeah, they're probably Nightshade. That is a good point. Shout out to Nightshade. So yeah, the Eric Crown saying 6K, or I don't know, was it 7K? I don't even see the, yeah, 6K. In probably the worst of circumstance, like I don't think you could go to 6K or 7K by the end of the year. Maybe in some real bad circumstances you could go there by the end of the year. Again, anything under 10K I don't think is very likely. Is very unlikely, I would say, unless things really change. And, if you're going there, that would be maybe a multi-year bear market with everything else, recession, where you bottom out towards the end of 2023 or something. Because if we look at, let's look at 2022, what we started with on Bitcoin or whatever. I mean, let's see, from the correction from, this area to 66% down. So if you were to come, I mean, let's say you were to come another 66% down from this bottom or something in the next year. That would bring you down to, yeah, if you repeat that, you're going to 6K. Now, it's going to take longer. Yeah, that would be like an end of like 2023 type thing if that happens. That would be a bloodbath. It would be yeah, I would say. We'll go down that road if we have to, but yeah. ETH merge, I mean, that's not happening until September, so I mean, we'll see. I'm more in technicals. We'll see. We'll see. It could be the bottom. If ETH's at like, 600, 500, then it could be the bottom. But then again, I mean, I don't even think it might be the best time to buy ETH then. It may be just a better time to buy Bitcoin, then convert that over to ETH when it looks better on the ETH Bitcoin evaluation. Internet computer, yeah, let's look at it. Because I know some of these, like, real bleeders got, this is probably 100% pump or more. Yeah, 120, 116. Got nice pumps. I mean, you're not going to just, even if this was the bottom, you're not going to just go straight up here. I mean, you're going to come down a bit. Those 4ELXs do not lie. This could, we don't know what's going to happen with this project. I mean, I feel like it's more like this. This does look a little bit better here with these RSIs. They're closer together. I do like that, but I don't necessarily know. I think it could be one more time of coming back into the red and doing this. And where would that bring us, for September, October bottom or something? And where would you end up? Maybe $2, something like that. I mean, it's probably 70, 80, for a lot of these altcoins, 70 to 80% down from our local top a few days ago. And for ETH, probably 60 to 70, and for Bitcoin, 40 to 50, or, no, excuse me, 70 to 80 for the alts, 60 to 70 for ETH, 50 to 60 for Bitcoin, something like that, maybe 40 to 50 for Bitcoin, maybe. That's my general trajectory at the moment. I have heard that. I'm not an expert on ICP, but I have heard those things. We can look at, let's see. Merge apps said, why would we ever see an ETH, $800 ETH again? Because we're in a recession. Because people are not buying it, they're selling it. They've given up. That's why. But I do see that argument. I mean, we'll see what happens. Who knows? Anything could happen. We could have already hit the bottom at 17K. I just don't think it's very likely. It's all a game of probability. But yeah. The merge could be delayed too. There could be issues with that. We don't know, if that will 100% go through in the time we think it will. Could be delayed out to 2023. You know what I mean? And then that'll be the bottom. So we are seeing a little bit of, if we look at the hourly bullish div could take us up a little bit here. I could see it's going up a little bit. Kind of my view on this. But this, when you see you got these split RSIs curving up here, very split. So that could, what I could see happening here is something like that, and then just maybe, because that's how price moves. I mean, it is a lot of sideways. Something like that. UFO gaming. I've heard of UFO. Let's look at AR, I guess. And by the way, guys, if you want to short or go long or make some of these trades, check out BITGET. Link in the description below. This comes up. Takes about 20 seconds to sign up, and you can also do simulating trading over there and do real trades like my trades right here with real money. If you're an experienced trader, never financial advice though on this channel. Entertainment and educational purposes only. These are how my trades are doing right now. BITGET is a really good exchange. Lots of good news coming out for it. They are really trying to do things to prevent them from ending up like a Voyager or a Celsius. This is a pretty good exchange. Always good to spread things around, so check it out. Also a really good bonus going on right now. And with my link only, you do get a big transaction discount. Discount on transaction fees for the first 2 weeks. So check that out. Link in the description below. and in the chat. Let's look at AR. So this does, you know, there are, this is probably up a ton too. Yeah, up 160. Wow, that's a small, it's volatile guy right there. You're just getting bearish divs, so it makes me kind of think that we're just going to repeat what we've, you know, seen, and that this is too new to even repeat what we've been seeing and just fall back down. So yeah. What happened to FEMEX? I'm doing a exclusive deal with BITGET right now, but I mean, you do you, guy. You do you. I say spread it out. You know, use different exchanges. BITGET does have better, definitely better stop loss. You know, you could do multiple stop losses easier. The interface, once you get used to it, is very good. Jasmine. I don't know what that is. It's going to zero now. Yeah, you do have a little bit of hope on the daily. You know, it doesn't look bad with the money flow, but I mean, it's a bleeder. It's a bleeder. It's harder to really give you an estimate on like these smaller caps and newer coins. XRP. I mean, yeah. I mean, we could spend, you know, a lot of time looking at these, and I mean, my trajectory on them kind of remains similar. I mean, I do think this will roll over. I do think, you know, you could repeat something like this for a lot of these. I know it does seem very harsh, down like 68%, but, you know, in the most bearish of circumstances, things do happen, especially coming into a recession. So yeah. I mean, I was talking about this on Paul Barron earlier. You know, it needs to get back listed on exchanges to even have a chance. And even then, it may still fail, so we don't know. Very short term, I could see you pumping up with everything a little bit, you know, a little bit farther. A couple $100 or so. 420 billion. Oh, that's probably a joke. But that is a good point, Billy Bob. Let's look at the total crypto market cap. So it seems like, ooh, we're rejecting almost perfectly off of golden pocket right there for total crypto market cap. VWAP coming up on the weekly here. I do think probably once you do finally get the monthly, not the, let's look at yeah, kind of like this. I feel like it's going to be, you know what I mean? Because you're close, and then you just curve back down. Confirm that, and then right down. If we just come down, red dot, and that brings you down to like, it could be this area. There is a little bit of hope, I'd say, at like 500 right here. In terms of like a lot of psychology charts, it would bring you down to this area. Bearish div, yeah, it looks like everything else. I mean, what could, so if we map out kind of the 4 hour here, say we, you know, just repeat this 16% downward. That's 800 right there. If we repeat a trajectory, though, of something of this nature, 37%. That's 650. And a lot of it is alts that bleed too. You guys hit the like button. Let's get a few more likes here. Also, if you guys are interested in my exclusive Discord, link in the description below to my trade entries, stop losses, take profits. Not right 100% of the time, but past results for the past month with this, not the best. I mean, a 10% gain using good risk management. A bit more than a 10% gain using good risk management on BitGet here. Messing around with a small account, see what I could do with that. So yeah, and also BitGet, link in the description below. Sign up. Americans are anxious about a recession. So CNBC, the authority of flopping gropers, you know, Stock Slip, Amazon, Investing Club, Jim Cramer's Investing Club. What concern? Yeah, people are worried a recession is looming. It's, usually when you see that, you're like, oh boy, that means we're going up. That means buy. But nah, sometimes the masses do get it right, but they usually get it wrong at the extremes. I believe Ben Cowan said that they get it wrong at the extremes. Like a lot of the masses. Let's just look in terms of what the masses were saying, like where people got it right and wrong. I mean, a lot of people were relatively bullish around the end of 2020. They got it right. A lot of people, I don't know, I'm trying to remember the sentiment back here, but I mean, a lot of people were probably more fearful back here. They got it wrong. That was an extreme. And then here and here, people were more bullish. Everybody was saying 100K, kind of same thing here, 70, 80, 100K. Got it wrong. These were extremes. Down here is kind of like half and half. I mean, here I could see the argument for it being a bottom, and maybe it is, but based on what I'm looking at, based on the fundamentals, based on everything I'm seeing, I just don't see it. Not yet. Hive. Bull run started. Well, even if it was the bottom, we're not in a bull run yet. We're in an accumulation phase. Ooh. I'd say take profits if you made some money on this. I mean, it's already starting to stop pumping. So I mean, most of that pump was right here in like a 20-minute period. So could be a nice pump and dump. So yeah, we've collected the bottom. 80A, yeah. Yeah, let's look at 80A. ADA. I think it's just going to roll over with this VWAP. Kind of my view. I mean, same as everything else with the daily. Ooh, this one actually doesn't have, this is crazy, this one actually doesn't have a bearish div on the daily. But kind of same as everything else other than that. Split RSIs curving down. Could just roll over again, guys. I mean, just roll over kind of like this. Just roll over again for either, I mean, probably September, early September, the earliest, I've said 16 cents probably. And that would be a nice, what would 16, 15, so 70%, 70, 80, like a lot of these alts. So yeah. Engine, I mean, yeah, I'll do engine for you, Billy Bob, but I mean, all these altcoins just get boring after a while. It's all the same, guys. I mean, it's, it's kind of like here, and then you just come back down. This would be a nice, let's see, if you come down 80% from the top here. I know I sound like the most pessimistic person, but right there, that would like fill in a lot of those psychology charts. 14 cents. And yeah, that's that, guys. In terms of how you should, Hopper? Probably not. if something called Hopper usually doesn't hop as much as you would think. Take a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum. Okay, so now you're low time frames, splitter size. It's just a 3-minute, but that would be generally pretty bearish. Yeah. Let's look at how my trades are doing. I mean, we're 49%. I mean, this is pretty high leverage 8x, but especially for this market, 5% ETH, that's 2x. Maybe we just roll over here. I feel like with the funding rates, I mean, you know, especially for ETH too, I mean, it's getting to the point where a lot of people are trying to catch falling knives with this. And we're losing 23K again, so yeah, I thought we'd come up a little bit more in the short term there. If you guys want to make these trades with me, link in the description below for BITGET. So yeah, guys, probably gonna get off. I mean, I don't kind of went through a lot, not too much else to say today. Yeah, I would say Tesla does look. I looked at it briefly earlier. This will be the last one we look at. You know, yeah, bearish. Oh, this might be a nice short right here. Bearish div, and you got money flow coming out there. So that would be, I mean, something like, yeah, I mean, it might take you a little bit to get an outcome, but probably, yeah, something around here, you know. See you guys. Tesla, overall, pretty bearish. I think it's a pretty big bull trap. Maybe one of the biggest ones we've seen. So yeah, guys, if you're interested in BITGET, click this link right here. You probably can't see it because of my face, but it's in the chat. First link in the description below. Sign up. Also smash the like button. It takes about 20 seconds to sign up. Big discount. Only using my link for transaction fees for the first 2 weeks. Also really nice bonus if you deposit. So check that out, guys. And also, let's see, what else is there? Market Cipher, link in the description below. Let's see. Cool thinks we may pump back to 25K. Wow. Wow. It could be possible. Could be possible, yeah. You can't, it's so hard to like read people's psychology though. The thing is, it's really hard to really read the, you know, the psychology and what everyone actually thinks, because everybody could be thinking something different, but maybe. Cool. He's had a lot of good calls. You might be right. So check that out. Also, my exclusive Discord, link in description below. Check that out. Some people think 30K. Okay. There's always going to be a bullish case and a bearish case. It's possible. It's possible. I think the most likely scenario right now is downward. But yeah. You guys got to start looking at the moon cycles. You got to start looking at the moon cycles, then you'll know it's going to go down. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that, I think I mentioned all the links. Subscribe to the channel. We're almost up to 11,000 now. If we didn't get it already, it was on Paul Barron earlier. So check that video out. Did some good analysis there. And yeah, that should be it. If you want to get Market Cipher, link in the description below. My course also, do a nice bear market discount, link in the description below as well. A lot of people have really liked that. Really good way to get started. I show you everything I use to place my trades, risk management, all that, trading psychology, why I think most people lose in this game. So yeah, check that out. Also, yeah, that should be all of it, guys. Have a good one.